Welcome everybody to NEGU TV. My name is Erik Reese. I get the honor of being the CEO of the Jessie Reese Foundation and more importantly, that beautiful little girl's daddy. And today we have a special guest with us, Bo Nix, Auburn Tigers. Welcome to Chatting with Cade.
Yes, sir. I'm super excited to be on here with you.
Well, thank you. Cade, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing really good.
All right, you ready to chat with Bo?
Yeah.
All right, it's all yours, bud.
Thank you for being here. We first met each other at 2 years ago at the Elite 11. What is the one thing that you took away from being ACTA Elite 11?
For sure, and like we were talking earlier, I remember first meeting you there, and that's the first time I got to hear your story, and it's extremely powerful, and it's incredible for a younger guy like you to have such a huge impact on older guys, and so. I know everybody there appreciated your story, and like you see in the back screen there, I still wear the bracelet that you gave me the first time. But so obviously we've been buddies ever since, and we've been around each other. But one of the main things that I took away from the Elite 11, obviously it was such a eye-opening experience, and I learned so many things. But one of the most important things is how how to handle defeat and how to handle adversity. There's so much stuff going on outside of camp, and then obviously camp is a few days, and you got so many things going on. You're doing so many things. It's a packed schedule, but just to focus in on the little things and the most important part of the picture. And at the same time, you're going to make a bad throw. You're going to do something wrong, so you kind of got to come back. And it's just like life. I mean, there's going to be so much adversity come your way, and obviously you know a lot about that, and you've handled it better than probably any of us have, and we're all proud of you for that. But like I said, just adversity hits us all. It hits us in different ways, and the people that grow the most through it are the people that obviously they know how to handle it, and they're ready for it, and they understand that through adversity comes great growth.
Yeah, a couple right after right when we shut down in quarantine.
Right.
I had this so I won for my school for this huge essay and stuff we would have gone to Angels and stuff, but that got shut down, so it was through Zoom, and I didn't and I thought I would have won, but I didn't win, and that was my I had a lot of adversity, but that was my first real shocked that was my real first one. So it's I know how that feels. You spent a lot of time with the NEGU kids at the Elite 11. You stuffed joy jars, and you spent a lot of time with the families and the kids there. How did that affect you after you were at the Elite 11?
That's a great question, and it had a great effect on me in the situation in my life, because you get so caught up in little things in life that may bother you, and they, like I was talking about adversity, they may be some small things that you're going through, but it's nothing compared to what other people are going through. So it kind of puts life into a whole different perspective, and it makes you just value and appreciate those kind of people, because they've been through some hard things, and just like you, you've gone through so much already at such a young age, and to see the smile on their faces and see the joy in their hearts, and the happiness they have just out there playing with us, and being around football, being around the guys. And it puts life into a different perspective. And at that moment, football kind of goes to the side, and it's a bigger picture. It's a bigger moment, and you don't really have to worry about the football. You don't have to worry about the camp. But I was just being able to be present with those guys and the families and the kids, and there's so many of them. Just see the value that they have and see what they're going through. It just puts life in a different perspective, and I really appreciate how we got to have that opportunity at the opening. I appreciate how that was an open door.
Yeah, we always that was always that's we always ask the first thing we always ask in summer. The first thing I always ask my dad is when are we going to the Elite 11?
Yeah.
Because it's always that's my highlight of my summer. It's
For sure.
always going to the Elite 11, meeting the guys there, having that one day like we go through all the drills and stuff, have lunch. Like they usually like give us a joy jar and stuff. That's like really fun to do because like it really like shows you like how like what it means to all the other kids there.
For sure.
Yeah. Thank you for wearing the NEGU wristband in your sporting events. I when I look at my NEGU wristband, it inspires me to work harder in my therapies and in my schoolwork. Why do you wear yours?
Again, that's another great question. Obviously, I mean, you see it back there in your background.
Yeah.
I'm wearing it right now. This is the one that I never take off. So I think it means the most to me because of the effect it has on so many people. And when they see that, I mean, when I'm out there playing and it's kind of, I'm comfortable, I'm out there in my element, it's something that everyone sees. And I mean, it's caught on camera all the time. And so whoever's looking at that, watching it, they see the value in the bracelet, and they see that, I support them, and that you never know who you'll affect, who you'll touch just by wearing it in a simple football game. But obviously I wear it for the significant impact it has and what it means. It's completely different for me than it is other people, just to never ever give up. It's such a powerful saying, and it means so much to whoever reads it, whoever thinks about it. Because, like as a college athlete, you go through some difficult things, maybe a hard workout here or studying for a test, whatever it may be. Just life throws you different challenges, and it's just really important to always have that reminder, never ever give up. It's one of the most important things about life. Those who never ever give up and continue pushing and striving to become a better person, they usually do, because the Lord values that, and he always watches over you, and he gives you the power to finish through even things that you yourself don't even believe that you can finish. And so having that reminder, I think it's just human nature for people just naturally want to kind of stop, want to give up, because it's painful and it hurts, and sometimes it stresses us in different ways. But having that reminder, I mean, it's huge, and it has a great impact on other people. And I know it's had a great impact on you and your life, and so many other kids.
Yeah, me and my dad, like when we always like watch like college games, like we saw you, like the first time we saw you like on TV after the Elite 11, we like paused the TV just like when we saw the NEGU wristband, like, oh, he's wearing it, like that's so cool. Like
Yeah.
we always saw like Trevor Lawrence, UCL, the Clemson quarterback, like Dorian, like for UCLA, they all wear it. So it's really cool that they're like that. It's one thing if they like wear it for the camp and like take it off, but it's another thing like that they like carry it out and like wear it in their games and stuff. It's really cool.
Absolutely. And I think that it shows the importance and the maturity of all the quarterbacks that come through. I mean, it means so much to us. It really does. And we want to wear it. We want to support it. And it's so cool how many different quarterbacks it's touched throughout the years, and how many national stages it's been on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been like, it's so cool. Like it's been on the cover of Madden last
all the time.
Yeah, it's like really cool. Like how many people like wear it and stuff.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Playing quarterback is a big responsibility. It's the most important position in any team sport. What's the most important quality of a quarterback?
That's really tough. I appreciate you saying it's the most important position in any sport, though. I appreciate that. That says a lot. But the most important part of playing quarterback is making those around you better, making the team better, making the offense better, making the defense better, holding people accountable. So being a leader, I think that's, at the end of the day, if you have a quarterback that makes others around them better, you're going to have a really good team. Regardless of how talented they are, regardless of how far they can throw the ball, regardless of how fast they are, if they make guys around them better and motivate guys to be better and do better and play harder, I think that's the most important part of the position. Now, in doing that, you come across great challenges, and you have to find out how to. I mean, each different teammate, you have to lead in different ways. Sometimes you can really get on to guys. Sometimes you have to lead by example. Different guys see leadership in different ways. And so finding ways to lead others in their element, how they take it is really important too. So it's and that's completely aside from the football, like from the football aspect of it. Like most people think the most important part of being a quarterback is how far you can throw it. No, if you can make your teammates better and you can make your coaches better and those around you better, then I think that's the most important trait of a quarterback. But that's a really, really, really great question.
Yeah, like I some I just like how like after like a person like picks off like you know like sometimes like they wear like headsets I don't like college and stuff. It's amazing like to see like immediately after like they threw like a pick or something, they like take off their helmet, put on their headset and see like what they did wrong. Like it's like immediately after they just what can I do like to like fix my mistakes that
That's
drive.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously as a quarterback, you're gonna make a lot of those mistakes. Unfortunately, the quarterback position, sometimes you feel like you make more than what you do right, but it's the guys that can overcome those and have short memory and move past those. A lot like life. I mean, you're gonna come through adversity all the time. Something may happen one day, and you have to kind of forget about it and flush it and get out of your brain so you can move on and continue to make strides and growth in your life.
Yeah. Your dad played quarterback at Auburn. What was it like to play at the quarterback at the same college that your dad played at?
It's a dream come true. Obviously, growing up, that's what my first vision was as a kid. That's what I first wanted to do. I wanted to be the quarterback at Auburn, just like my dad. And obviously, when I began to be recruited and other teams started recruiting me, I had to take a step back from that just to make sure that I was doing the right thing and I was going to make the right step and go to where I felt like was the best fit for me. But as it kind of went along and as it got closer to decision time, I felt like Auburn was it was just meant to be. And regardless if that was my dream, it kind of fell into place and it worked out for me. But just to be, I mean, to play where my dad played is one thing, but to play with so many other great players that play, just have the opportunity to play D1 football is just incredible. I'm always thankful for the opportunity. It's a special moment. It's a special time in my life. And I really am blessed to be in the position I am because like you said, I do have a chance of being on TV with the bracelet, and I do have an impact on others. And that's one thing that, speaking of my dad, that's one thing that he instilled in me growing up. You know, you can be as good as you want to be, but if you don't impact others, then you're not living life correctly. And so playing after him and playing where he played, wearing his same number, and everything that falls into that category is just special. And I know it means a lot to him, but I'm just thankful for him and the impact he's had on my life. And obviously he coached me in high school too. So everything I know about football, I feel like I've learned from him. And so it's kind of, I mean, it's almost like it had to happen that way, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, like we like I love like the first thing that me and my dad always talk about, like when we meet like NFL players and stuff. Like we met like I think a couple of years ago we met Gronkowski at the Elite 11.
Yeah, that was my year, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and we were like he was the nicest guy ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's so nice. And then we met Todd Gurley, and Todd Gurley like kind of like he knew who he was kind of. So we were like, and like he was kind of like more cocky, like he kind of knew who he was and stuff. So like we're like, I think we met Todd Gurley first, and then we met Gronkowski, and and then me and my dad were like, oh, we like people that like just like see themselves at like regular people. Like they don't like see themselves as athletes. They just see each other like normal people. And I like that's what I love about the Elite 11. They like that's like what they like a lot about their platform and stuff.
Absolutely.
Like they, you know, yeah.
For sure.
How are you working out, like keep in shape for the season in quarantine?
Great question. So when I had to go home for spring break, that was when school got canceled for the rest of the year. So I was at home for quite a while, and I had to become comfortable being uncomfortable. Obviously, again, it's another great quarterback trait because we're always uncomfortable, whether that's in the pocket or moving around or whether that's outside of sports. You know, we're always having to become comfortable being uncomfortable. So I had to go about it differently. I had to learn different ways to train. I had to be kind of creative. I was fortunately around my family the entire time, so I got to train with my little brothers and be around my dad some more, so that was fun. But like I said, I was just creative and had to do things that I normally wouldn't be able to do because I didn't have really a weight room to go into, and so training was completely different. But I was able to do some things that I felt like was getting me better in different ways, different body movements and stretching and things like that. That was just helping my body with the long-lasting effect of football. So that was good. But obviously now I'm finally back on campus and we're working out as a team, kind of getting ready for the season we're hopeful to have. But it's really great to be back around my teammates, back to what is more like normal than what was quarantine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember like when we were in, like when quarantine started happening, like the first week and stuff, we thought it was like vacation time and stuff.
Absolutely.
Like my dad like brought home like a Lego to like fix and stuff. Like he really thought like it was gonna be like more relaxing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it was more work for me because like the teachers aren't there to like see what's enough work for you. So
Right.
they want to overwork you than underwork you. So like my son just like overworked us like so much work. So I'm really glad that it's like coming more back to normal. Like not normal, but more to it.
For sure.
Everybody goes through hard times. What's the hardest thing that you had to overcome in sports?
Wow. One of the tougher things that really kind of hurt was when I was a junior in high school. I was on a really good team with really good players, and we started out 4-0, and we beat our rival for the first time at their place. And so we were really good, and we were really focused on the season. And then the next game after that, week 5, I broke my ankle. And so that's really was the first time I had ever been significantly hurt from playing football. So it kind of, it took a toll on me. But I had realized that football had become too important in my life. You know, I had put too much into it, and it kind of become kind of who I was, and I didn't want that to happen. So it's kind of like the Lord set me back and put me in a place to where I could reevaluate my life and the situation I was in, and I could start depending on Him more than what I was. And I realized the value of a normal, like healthy body, a normal, healthy season. And so looking back at it, it was probably one of the better things that's ever happened to me. But at the time, you know, being like at home by yourself, can't really walk around. So you have a lot of alone time, a lot of time to think, and, you know, it gets boring and it gets lonely. And so you think about a lot of things. But one of the things that happened to me is when I came back, I was able to not take it for granted anymore. You know, I went to practice and I was excited, and I wasn't just going through the motions and just being like, oh, it's just another day. But no, it was like, I get to go out there and play football today. And so it was a completely different perspective. And fortunately, we had such a good team to where they won every game when I was out. And then when I was able to come back, we won the state championship. So it was just overall, it was an incredible year. So many ups and downs. But obviously the most important part was the Lord kind of showing me where I was at in life and kind of allowed me to take a step back and really see and reevaluate my life. And He got me back on track. And ever since then, I've really taken, practice. I love going out to practice because it's just another day that I can get better. And when I was obviously hurt, there was no practice for me. And so it was like, dang, I wish I could be out there. So now today it still has an impact on me, and I still think about it, still think about the effects that it had on me.
Yeah, like I feel like that, like when people are fully back to normal, like I feel like for like a quarantine, people, like kids always like say like, oh, I don't want to go to school, like stuff like that. But like when we are allowed to go back like fully like to normal, I feel like they're gonna be like, we love it, like we love school, like we want to go now because we had like
absolutely
such a break that we're like, oh, we want to go back to school.
Yeah, everyone misses their friends.
Yeah. So like what's your greatest accomplishment in sports?
My greatest accomplishment in sports is, dang, that's a really good question. I'm going to throw two at you. I'm going to throw two answers out there. One of them is the state championships I won in high school. I was able to win two at the same school. We were really good, and obviously we had great players, and I was able to play with great players. And so that was one of my favorites. And because of that, my senior year, I was able to win Mr. Football in the state of Alabama, which is a goal that I had had. And it was almost like being the best player in the state of California is pretty much what it is. So it's equivalent to that. So that was obviously a goal that I had set out to obtain, and I was able to get that. So that was one of my favorite accomplishments. And then this past year, beating Alabama was really fun. And so it was one of the things that I grew up dreaming about. And I was able to win the game, and obviously we were able to do it in a great fashion and a great atmosphere, and so it was just really fun. But that was a good question, so it stumped me. I didn't really have a good answer for it.
Thank you. That's really cool that you're so like just how you are, like how good you are at football, and you're like, but you like want to like share it with all other people, like at the Elite 11 and stuff.
I appreciate it.
What would you say to a 14-year-old kid who wants to play college football?
I would say no matter what potential you have, whether you have the strongest arm or you may not have a strong arm, or you're really fast or you may not be fast, you will be used in the way the Lord wants you to be used. And eventually, whatever he wants for your life, it'll end up happening. And so, but at the same time, he'll give you the desires of your heart. So if you work the hardest out of anybody else, and if you work super hard, you listen to your mom, you listen to your parents, and do what they tell you to do, and do really well in school, that's one of the most important things you can do to play college, because there's so many talented players out there. I obviously am not the most talented. There's guys that can throw it farther. There's guys that can throw it harder. There's guys that can run faster, but there's no substitute to hard work. And just like in life, if you work harder than the person beside you, you'll be better at your job than they will. So working hard, listen to your parents, doing well in school, that's the three biggest things that I can tell a person who's trying to play college football, because without good grades in school, you'll never make it. You'll never qualify. Without listening to your parents, you'll just stay in trouble. And so without working hard, someone will always outwork you. And so those three things I think are really important. And growing up, that's what I heard, to be the best that I could be. That's what people told me to do. And so I try to do it with the best of my ability. I think that's great advice.
Yeah, like I feel like there's this person another Zoom that I did. They said I asked a person what's more important, talent or like hard work, like your work ethic, and he said work ethic's more important, because talented people, like they like want to like they think that they have something like really special, that they won't work as hard as like somebody who doesn't have a lot of talent, that they won't make it unless they work hard at it. So they will so eventually that hardworking person will overpass the talent, because because now he has more talent than him, because it's the work ethic.
Absolutely.
Now I have some fun questions. What time do you set your alarm?
Depends what I have that morning, but I try to wake up early and read my Bible, spend some time to myself. So this summer, or I'll say right now, I'm waking up between 7 and 8 Central Time. And so for workouts in the middle of the morning, and then I'll wake up and go get some breakfast, do some treatment, and then be in there to work out. But I hate sleeping too late, because I feel like I waste the day. And I mean, it all goes back to the same thing. I feel like there's someone out working me if I wait too late to get up. But now some days, I mean, I think it's important to get rest and to sleep if you're just really tired. But it's important to wake up and get the day started so you can get better.
Yeah, like I have like all my I'm going into my first, I'm going to be in ninth grade. So, and all my other friends are like, I have one friend that he, like, one time he was, like, really sick, and, like, he had, like, the flu or something, and he said, and I, like, it was, like, I was, like, so he didn't go to school that day, and I asked him, like, how are you doing or something, like, I asked him some question, and I'm, like, and I, for a little bit, I didn't get any response, so I checked my phone, like, a couple, the next period or something, and then his response was like, I just woke up. Like, it's so crazy, like, how much people can sleep if their body, like, allows them to. Like,
Right.
It's like me, like, I'm kind of like you, like, I can't sleep in that much. Like, the one time, like, when I was, like, sick, I slept in until, like, 8. That's, like, or 9 or something, like 9:30. That's the latest I can never sleep in. Like, so, like, but, like, all my other buddies are, like, they could sleep all day if they could.
Right.
Yeah. What's on your pregame playlist?
Wow.
PreGame playlist. Whatever. So obviously it changes by year, and it's kind of whatever is kind of popular at the time. So it changes all the time. And honestly, I don't even have specific songs for you, unfortunately, because they change so much. But whatever, like, obviously, like today, Lil Baby's popular. I know you've heard of him and Gunna and stuff like that. So whatever it is, the songs that just get me fired up. But actually, unlike some people, I don't necessarily listen to a lot of music. I'd rather just kind of listen to the noise and kind of just the peace and quiet of the locker room and stuff like that. So I don't listen to music a whole lot. So my songs are limited to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, I like a lot of, like, I feel like that there's a video, like, Madden and stuff, like, they're like, and, like, I really like that playlist, like, they have some really good
Madden always has good music.
yeah, I love that music. And then I also like Will Smith. And then Will Smith. And then my dad and me, like, listen to, like, the Beatles and stuff. So, like, we a couple, like, a year ago, like, I think yesterday, he got us, like, tickets actually to go see Paul McCartney at Dodger Stadium. So, like, he was like, so we really like those two. What's your favorite football movie?
My favorite football movie, one that comes to mind at the very beginning is Remember the Titans. And obviously growing up, that's everyone's favorite movie. And it's one of my favorite football movies because of the story it has and the story it portrays. And ironically, it fits so well with the times we're going through today. And so that's my favorite movie for football, just because of the story and the background it has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of my favorites too. Like, I love like when they have, like, some of the lines in it are so, like, kind of really, some of them are really funny. Like, they're like, that's like, I love that movie. I also like Rudy.
I do like Rudy. Rudy's a great one.
Yeah, I really like those too. Jessie really loved Would You Rather, so we're gonna have a couple of those. Would you rather play really good but your team loses, or you play really bad and your team wins?
I wouldn't complete a pass if it meant we won the game. I'd much rather win. Good question, though.
Yeah, I would do the exact same thing, because, like, me and my dad, like, ask that question all the time, and I always tell him, like, that's like a character, like, question, like, because, like, that's really showing if you care about you or if you care about yourself, like, or care about, like, the other, like, the team or you, like, because, like, like, I like really play, like, really bad but your team wins, because, like, plus if you have, like, a really good, like, if you like defense, like, if you are not doing good, like, then you could see your defense do good.
I agree, and if I played bad, then somebody had to have played good for us to win. So I mean, that's the other part of the team playing really good. So I'd be happy for them, and we'd win the game.
Yeah. All right, Cade. Got another question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you rather play football in the when it's really cold, or play football when it's really hot?
Really hot. I don't like playing in the cold.
Yeah,
It's tough because if it's really hot, then I'd be sweating really bad, and that's pretty hard too. But
Yeah.
I hate not being able to feel my hands because it's so cold.
Yeah.
So much rather play in the hot.
Yeah, my uncle, he was a kicker for Wisconsin, like when he was in college, and he like told me like one time like his like they always give him like heaters for his legs and stuff because you're a kicker, and he was so like he said if he moved his leg, the heaters like would restart. Like it was like it's not like wasn't like really good quality, but it was like that's how cold it was there.
Right. Yeah. I definitely
Crazy.
agree.
That was my last question, but I just want to say thank you again for being on this channel.
For sure, Cade. I appreciate you so much and the impact you have on so many people. I appreciate you asking me to talk with you today. I had a lot of fun.
Right, me too. Thank you.
Bo, on behalf of Cade, obviously our family and our foundation, thank you so much for everything you do to show kids fighting cancer that you're a part of their team. And we wish you nothing but the greatest success. Stay healthy. We can't wait to be cheering for you on the Saturdays coming up and eventually on Sundays. And so thank you again for all you do. And we're just grateful to have you on our team.
Absolutely. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great rest of your day.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.